Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. So I wanted to talk about two things. I wanted to mention revisiting my urge jar, which I will re-explain and talk about why that's so important to me, and also bulking up my different recipes, the different food that I'm eating by adding more vegetables and greens in a way that just satiates me. So the first thing I want to talk about is the urge jar. And again, this is by Brooke Castillo of the Life Coach School, and I will include it in the description of this video. She has a fantastic podcast that teaches about the actual science behind using the urge jar. But I am going to share mine. So I very simply wrote urge jar, put a little butterfly for those who know the butterfly theme. Just to get me going, I used a regular mason jar, but a big 32-ounce one. And then I went ahead and purchased a ton of beautiful, happy, different colored glass beads. And these were literally $1. They're at the dollar store. And I got a couple hundred of them, which was about 3 bags of $1 each. There's blue, green, regular, and then see these jumbo size ones? Some days I want a jumbo. So I bought those, and the premise behind the urge jar is that it appeases your primal brain. We all have this primal brain, which is the one that's just into, is it called flight or fight? Yeah, flight or fight, right? So long ago in our early man, their only survival, like their entire day, was just to forage for food and survival and to literally be nomads. They followed wherever the herd was going to make sure they had enough food. And the body pretty much only knew just survival. So you would either fight in some situation or you would run. And it was just flight or fight. And our primal brain is the one that wants it now. If it's hungry, it wants that food now. If it's fit throwing for something, it wants whatever the item is now. And it has no understanding of patience or waiting on something, or that in waiting you may indeed benefit far greater than acting on it. It's just that little child in the grocery store who's throwing a fit over what they want on the shelf, and with us as the parent of that primal brain, which I often refer to as my inner child, so often when we're tired, we're just like, screw it, man, just take the dang thing. I don't care. Just shut up. Just stop embarrassing me in this store. Just stop throwing a fit. Just take it, whatever. And it's not a good idea. It's not the best thing. And the kid loves that and thrives on it, but they don't feel safe. Because it's like, wait, you're my parent. Aren't you supposed to say no? Aren't you supposed to parent me? It doesn't feel safe, but it's something we often do, especially if we're tired. So this tiny reward, which cost pennies, and even something as simple as stickers, are enough to appease that primal brain for the moment. It will definitely rear its ugly head again when it realizes that the toy isn't as exciting as they thought. But it will appease the moment. And so what you do when you get an urge, whatever that temptation, desire, whatever it is, when you get an urge, you reward yourself in the moment. It has to be in the moment with whatever you've chosen. I love these glass beads. And today was a difficult day for me, so I picked my jumbo beads. These ones are jumbo. And so I really feel like I'm getting things. And as I showed yesterday, if you were following me, I had emptied my jar as a fresh start, and I'm so happy to be completely clean again. It was just a slip, but still as symbolic of disciplining that inner child. I had to say there's a consequence for that act, and that was emptying my jar. So today I earned 3 of these. I had 3 major urges, and I'm going to carefully put them in my jar because I've actually broken a jar before and all the excitement of shaking it and stuff. So one of those was they were having, of course, something in the teacher's lounge, and they got everything for everybody, and that wasn't my food. And then another one, I was listening to a video of somebody, and they were actually referencing food not to have, but those food choices were like, yes, please. It's not stuff I'm eating now, but it still tempted me so much. And then when I got home, I was so tired. I didn't want to do all that was being asked of me. And so for a moment, I was pondering making a far simpler dinner that wasn't on my plan. And praise God, I found the energy to not do that. And I fully made a beautiful, delicious salad and had all the stuff that was mine. So I justified 3 urges. And as this jar continues to fill, it's tangible and significant, and my little primal brain can see it and say, oh, look what we got, look what we got. And so tomorrow when I ask my brain to please abstain again, and I promise I'll give a glass bead, it'll have the courage to do it because I promised, and I have it right here. And I have about 200 glass beads. So what that represents is that is me saying no 200 times to temptation. And it is making a huge difference on my body. So I highly recommend the Urge Jar for people who are, still trying to get there. And I'm using many tools, but that's one of them that appears to be working for me. And if you're thinking, God, that's just so ridiculous, it's absolutely ridiculous. There's no question. It is absolutely ridiculous. And it completely works. It completely works. So take the risk. I mean, is there really a risk? You're spending $4 at the dollar store, and what if it does work? Won't that be fabulous? So I highly recommend that, and I will continue to reference that Urge Jar because it's just been such a blessing for me, and I've only known about it for a couple of months, but it has been amazing. Okay, the other thing is I've been bulking up my recipes and food with just healthier greens. Excuse me, and it works really well. So for instance, in my banana ice cream, which I very much enjoy, and today was 106 degrees, so in my banana ice cream, instead of using like 5 bananas, which I could easily do, I'm doing like 3 bananas and 2 very healthy, near 0 calories zucchinis, and I'm cutting those up instead. I'm still getting a ton of banana ice cream, can't even taste the zucchini, but I'm getting the benefit of zucchini and feeling like I got a ton of food. Another one that I'm doing is in my salads, just for a different texture, but also just a really bulky extra food, is I'm putting in rice, cauliflower rice. So I'm just, a whole bag of cauliflower rice is only 125 calories for the entire bag, and even less. Some of them are only 80 calories, and it's like a half pound. And cauliflower is so good for us. I've also just taken the actual cauliflower and blended it, which it can break down really well. But when I'm in a hurry, I just do a bag of cauliflower rice. And I'm putting that in with my greens. It's crunchy, it's fun, it looks different. There's these cute little white beads, It absorbs the flavor of delicious dressing, so I'm really enjoying that. Another one for my banana ice cream is, of course, using celery, which is considered one of the 0-calorie foods, really. And even slicing up cucumber and dipping that in plain banana ice cream. It's crazy, but it is really, really good. And then also for just kind of an option, if I haven't gotten all my greens in and I want banana ice cream, I will actually put like 6 ounces of spinach or power greens right into my banana ice cream. It makes it thicker. It seems like there's more, and I'm getting in all my greens. That's just some of the ways that I've been doing it. If you follow me at all, you know I love my bucket of vegetables. I had a really funny story because I was talking to this person, and they were bragging about how they don't even do fruit anymore. They don't even eat fruit anymore. All they eat is vegetables. So it's just like that other extreme, right? We have the people who are fruitarians, only fruit, though I have been seeing some fruitarians incorporate greens. And then here's this person, only vegetables. So I'm like, wow, you're kidding. I mean, it's so hard to get calories from just vegetables. And they're like, too bad, I just eat a ton, but all I eat is vegetables. I don't eat fruit at all. So I said, okay, whatever works for you. So what vegetables, pray tell, are satiating you? Like, what all are you getting in a day? Forgive me, but it's like the best ever. So right away they say, oh, I totally eat bell peppers, tomatoes, cucumbers. I eat avocado. I like to have zucchinis. You know, every single thing they mentioned, bar none, was a fruit by definition. I didn't know if I should tell them or not. Like, anything that has a seed is considered fruit. I know we often reference those as the vegetable category, but to be fair, they are all fruit. So I was just like, hey, stay the course, man. You're doing great. And I was just totally giggling. It looks like they're getting in plenty of fruit. Not traditional, but plenty of fruit. Anyway, that's all, my friends. I just wanted to know, are you using any of those vegetables to just kind of bulk up what you're already eating and knowing that you're even improving yourself even more? Many of which are almost considered 0 calories. I have a video on like 15 0-calorie foods. I think you can find it if you look under Jules Blessed Vegan. And then also, how about that urge jar? Again, I am going to give Brooke Castillo's, tape on listening to that. If you didn't take the time last time, you may want to. Otherwise, just trust me. It's working, and I'm loving it. All right, people, of course, it is late, because that's how I roll. And I am just trying to be accountable for all things and praising God that despite one tiny slip, I have 0 temptation. And I'm just so happy to just be choosing to honor God, of course, by rejoicing in all of his plentiful bounty that is just grown right out of his earth. And of course, as is always true with God, of anything he asks for us, the benefit is all mine. And that grace I will take and take. So let me know where you're at, my friends. As you know, we just started week 16 to the best version of ourselves in the new year. You are never too late. Whenever you choose to honor yourself, I am here for you. We have a great little community here. Please share in the comments below so that we can support you. Like if you like, join us if you haven't, and best of all, trust that you're blessed.